Imagine for a second that you are working at Turner or CBS, and I know it's hard to stomach imagining working in the mainstream media, but just go with me for a second here. March Madness is starting next week. You have been tasked with finding an analyst for the tournament. Now, there are many analysts who come to mind, so many great former college basketball players who are qualified. JJ Redick. JJ Redick has made a nice career for himself in the media since retiring from the NBA. He's a recognizable name, he's smart, he's well spoken. What about Paul Pierce? Pretty sure he's available. ESPN fired him several months ago for getting drunk and posting a video to Instagram. Paul Pierce went to Kansas, future NBA Hall of Famer. Caron Butler, another recognizable name in the basketball world, went to UConn, long NBA career. My point is, there are plenty of qualified candidates that the NCAA, Turner, CBS could have considered for this role. But you can't think logically. This is the woke media we're talking about. These executives, they are concerned about their ESG score. Basketball qualifications aren't the only attributes they're looking at when trying to fill an analyst role. Hell, being an expert in the game of basketball, that's not even the most important quality anymore. You see, you also have to be woke. If you're a hardcore loser who believes 5-year-old kids should be taught about sexuality, you're automatically hired. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present to you your new analyst for March Madness, the proud king of all virgins, Rex Chapman. Rex Chapman? Rex Chapman? Have any of you heard of this bum before? I did a video on this dipshit last summer. Even I had forgotten who he was. Look at this fucking loser. Rex Chapman is a former player at Kentucky, played in the NBA for a while too, but no one remembers his basketball career. Rex Chapman is one of those people that the media labels a social media influencer. That is the term they've given to people who are completely useless, but need a nice job title to feel like they're important. And trust me, Rex Chapman is completely useless. How do I know that? He has been on Twitter since 2011, 11 years. You know how many times Rex Chapman has tweeted in 11 years? 230,100 times. I don't know if I have said 230,100 sentences in 11 years. On average, this dude tweets around 57 times a day. Us adults, we're awake 17, 18 hours a day. So on a normal day, Rex Chapman is tweeting 3-4 times an hour. In other words, he lives on Twitter. He doesn't have a life. His favorite method of communication is tweeting into an echo chamber with fellow virgins. What kind of grown man has this kind of time? Think about your day-to-day life. Do you have time to tweet 57 times a day? I guess that's why they hired him for March Madness. Guys like JJ Redick, Paul Pierce, they're busy men. Not only was Rex Chapman qualified for being ultra woke, they also knew he would be available. Hey Rex, can you take a 3-week break from being a loser and help us out with March Madness coverage? Social justice warriors love to rave about misinformation. So in the interest of speaking their language, let me show you some of the misinformation given to the world by Rex Chapman. This also qualified him to cover the NCAA tournament. Shout out to Fox News for compiling this information for me. Example 1. This shitfuck claimed cops were at the wrong house in the Breonna Taylor shooting. Now, of course, he doesn't call them cops. He calls them killers. Guess who Rex Chapman calls when someone kicks a field goal through his gapped teeth? He doesn't call Adam Vinatieri. He calls the killers. Hello, 911. These people are mistaking my mouth as a goalpost. Please help. Example 2. Taking Lindsey Graham completely out of context. Now look, I don't like Lindsey Graham. Matter of fact, Rex Chapman and Lindsey Graham have a lot in common. They're both weak men who enjoy a good male-on-male wrestling match. Look at this tweet. Lindsey Graham was talking about the Supreme Court nomination of Amy Coney Barrett. He was saying that you can be a conservative woman and still make it in this world of twisted narratives and non-traditional family structures. As you can see, Rex Chapman completely takes him out of context. His idea of a nice family is two men raising a child named Billy who identifies as a goat. A few days before Zombie Joe and clueless Kamala moved into the White House, there was a fake video circulating the internet. Social justice warriors were claiming it was a military band playing the song Hit the Road Jack. The narrative was the military was just happy and excited Donald Trump was out of office. The Associated Press, they quickly fact-checked it, deemed the video to be fake. It was actually the Ohio State marching band practicing. They took the audio of Ohio State, played it over the military band, who was actually playing the national emblem. This didn't stop Rex Chapman from pushing the false narrative, though. As you guys know by now, these fucks never let facts get in the way of pushing the agenda. He tweeted the video to his followers, continuing to prove that Rex Chapman is indeed a dumbass. Now, I could keep going, guys. I could keep going, but I think you get the point. There are countless examples I could show you of Rex Chapman being a purveyor of propaganda. And this is the best they could find to cover March Madness? This fucking guy? I enjoy watching the NCAA tournament. I enjoy the coverage on CBS and TNT. Now, I'll still watch the games, but I'm not going to be able to watch the pre- and post-game coverage on CBS or TNT this year. My fucking TV will break as soon as his face hits my screen. No wonder Charles Barkley is counting the days until he can get the hell out of the mainstream media. Would you want to sit beside this dumb fuck? I wonder how many times Rex Chapman will insert social justice into March Madness. Why are the players cutting down the net? That net has feelings. They are offending nets everywhere. Why are they playing the national anthem before games? That song is offensive. Colin Kaepernick is crying right now. Rex Chapman is a hypocrite. Go check out my video on him from last summer. They stole my money on that video, by the way. It's 7 or 8 months old. I got a notification last week. They hit me with a copyright strike 8 months later. I don't know if it was Rex Chapman who did it, but it wouldn't surprise me. I didn't care enough to find out and fight it. But anyway, the Dickless Wonder was one of the main people on Twitter pushing Kobe propaganda. When they welcomed fans back to Virginia Tech for the first time, Rex Chapman called it the Kobe Bowl. All those fans jumping around to Metallica. It's a super spreader, I tell ya. Where was Rex Chapman a few weeks before that? The NBA Finals, indoors, not wearing a mask. You know what was one of the good things about masks? They covered the face of people like Rex Chapman. Sometimes I actually miss the mask. Matter of fact, if you're a social justice warrior, feel free to wear your mask anytime. I promise you, us normal people, we won't mind. We will not mind not seeing your face. CBS and Turner should be embarrassed by this. And the NCAA, they should step in and refuse to allow Rex Chapman to represent them in March Madness. But that won't happen, of course, because the NCAA, like Rex Chapman, is completely useless. They just love their identifiers. Rex Chapman identifies as a basketball analyst. Leah Thomas identifies as a woman. When can we start getting these people to identify as an alien? Can't we find another planet for them to occupy? They're already living on another planet mentally. Why not make it official? Did you guys see what the NCAA is doing to the kids at Bellarmine? The kids at Bellarmine, they won their conference tournament last night, which means they receive an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, right? Wrong. Bellarmine has only been in D1 for 2 years. We have a 4-year requirement for teams to be eligible for the tournament. Oh, now we want to enforce the rules. Now we want to talk about requirements. I didn't hear any talk of policy or requirements when Leah Thomas and her added propeller were dominating women's swimming. We don't want to implement policies when men want to compete against women. But when it comes to kids working hard all season, earning a spot in the tournament, the NCAA wants to take away their dreams, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They'll never get this opportunity again. I swear, the NCAA is completely fucking useless. The only thing the NCAA is good for is crushing the dreams of college athletes. And look, they don't discriminate either. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. The NCAA will crush your dreams. But let me know what you guys think. The NCAA, the media, bringing the woke into March Madness. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.